Here we go. Yes, I'm recording.
Okay, so yeah, I think I'm officially giving up on my laptop because it's as slow as a snail today, which is very, very rare. But such is life. We shall move.
As long as you've got a sense of humor to your technical difficulties, you'll be okay in this new metaverse.
Yeah, no, I'm trying because
I'm trying
right now.
to find some light. What's up? I don't know if they include me here. I don't know if they show me in the interviews. Oh, I forgot. But anyway, we here. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I hear you got some new music. You got an EP that you have for pre-release that's ready to go out in the market. It's been such a journey for you. And I think that you kind of keep like going on, you know. What's been going on between the last time we chatted?
A lot has been going on. Since then, I've dropped a ton of music. And now, like, I've tapped into a whole new persona, per se. I dropped a project called Yahshe, which is a trap project. So it was interesting to tap into something that seemed so easy when I thought about it. But then when I finally got into studio and started working on it, I was like, damn, this is not easy. Who would have thought not enunciating would be hard? Like, I'm so used to articulating and then just trying to make like lyrics flow so that they sound dope and current was actually it was interesting, to be honest.
I mean,
but yeah, so a lot has happened, a lot of new music. Pardon?
No, carry on. You're saying?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So can I just say something? And are you guys able to edit this, by the way? Or are all the bloopers gonna be here?
We're gonna keep the bloopers because people love you when you are yourself.
Oh damn! Because Zoom just opened up on my laptop. That's what I was asking. So it's allowing me to switch. Can I just try doing that?
Okay, cool.
Because I think it's gonna be best for everyone. Because I don't know how.
And just like that, she going with the wind.
We are live. Praise God.
I thought you were gonna change your clothes.
Can you hear me?
I thought you were gonna change your clothes too, but you just came back looking the same.
I wish I had that type of power.
Only you know that things have changed. For me, it looks like the same. You just said you could have just.
Don't understand.
You could have just said that you're going to the toilet, but you just lied and you said you're changing a device. Oh my gosh.
Damn. Listen, I was stressing because the phone is not the one, and the laptop at least like I don't have to be stressing about it falling and it's just in place, and like the quality audio because hella beats is gonna be proper. So I'm happy about that. Okay, we can go. I'm ready now. Now I'm proper ready.
So I want to ask you, what's keeping you going, man? It's just so complex to be in this industry. And I think we had this conversation even last time. What's keeping you going, you know? To consider the fact that, you know, you're playing in a genre as a female that's mostly dominated by males. Not to say that a female can't do it, obviously.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, I mean, like, you know, it would be foolish to say that the race card doesn't play a role, you know. I mean, what's keeping you going? I mean, you are going through these things you are dealing with. How are you internalizing them? And after internalizing them, what's making you go, okay, let me just keep going?
It's God, you know. Like for me, I'm a person that believes that if there's something in your heart, a desire that's burning, like you need to fuel that shit, you know. And I feel like it's only God, because I have those dark days. I have those bad days where I just want to be like, you know what, whatever, like I give up. And that's why it was so important for me. Like when I did this trap project, a song they called Hear Me, because it's all great to like sugarcoat stuff and put out songs that are empowering and are uplifting and, you know, tell positive stories. But the truth is, behind closed doors, it's not always that grand. So when I wrote that song, I wrote it from such an honest place, because sometimes I want to give up, sometimes I want to throw in the towel, and it's not glamorous. And like you're saying, the race card, it's a real thing that not many people want to talk about, because at the end of the day, they say consistency is key and you can make it if you just keep working hard. But I'm not in denial of the fact that the color of my skin has limited me in a way, but I don't use it as an excuse to stop doing what I do. However, to answer your question, yeah, it's just God, and the fact that beneath all the pain and the overthinking and the doubt that comes with it, there's still that purpose that I can hear and I can feel, and that's just what keeps me going, because I have those days where I just want to stop, but to have come so far just to end it would just not be worth it,
I mean, I saw a video of yours. I just can't recall the song. And like you were showing like the community, right? With like there were kids in the video. And
yeah.
It just made me, I was watching the video, and we all talk about like where most of us at least talk about where we come from. And it was like ghetto Indian kids, you know what I mean?
It was, yeah.
Which is a rare kind of thing to see, in mainstream culture, popular culture, Did you deliberately do that, and what are your objectives, particularly like in representing that community? Although you are having those, you could say, look, I could pull the race card. There's so many challenges, but I still need to rep. What do you have to take process for you to kind of say, look, I'm bringing in, I want to represent who I am also. You know what I mean? Where's that thin line between being popular culture appropriate and being true to who you are,
So that actually, we shot that in Chatsworth, which is where I was raised for 10 years. I was born at Chatsmere Hospital in Chatsworth. It's a predominantly Indian community, and yeah, it's based in Durban. So some context on being Indian. There's this expectation that we're all supposed to be academics, or, the doctors, the engineers, like, you guys need to get a solid job so that you have a solid income, then you can go get married, have kids, and whatever. There's like this mold to what's expected by a lot of Indian parents. And it's not, I don't think they have bad intention, because it's how they were raised. And, they just want the best for their kids, because for them, chasing a dream is unrealistic and it doesn't provide a stable job. And to an extent, I almost don't blame them, just because for me growing up, there wasn't an Indian female that I could say, oh, I want to be like her, And so for me, there is that pressure. No, definitely in Bollywood, but we were highly Western influenced. But obviously we had MTV and Trace, so we want to embody that, but there was no one that looked like me, So for me, I know for a fact I'm breaking molds by just doing what I'm doing, because before me, I don't know of any Indian female artist that has been able to do what I've done, And I know there's a lot of kids that are coming up, and a lot of artists, singers, rappers that are starting to build. Like, a lot of Indian artists are coming up, and that's a good thing, because we do have talent that's been so suppressed by the fact that there's this academic expectation from us, Without sounding hypocritical, I do have an honors degree in industrial psychology so that I would have a solid backup plan. But that also did take away 4 years of my life, And for me, I just feel like making it seem as though it's possible, even though it's not easy. Like, nothing in life is easy, but anything worth having isn't easy to get, So I just feel like there's change being brought about, like the fact that there are little girls looking up to me and saying, if they're thinking that they want to do what I'm doing when they grow up, just to make it possible would be a breakthrough for, people of my skin tone.
Yeah. Don't be scared to say India.
Yeah.
It's important to rep, I rep being Black, I'm not ashamed of it. And it doesn't mean that everybody else everyone else is less than me, but I think it's the reason why I rap being black is that it's beautiful to know that like I can say the things I say as a black individual, because you hardly find black people who do the things that I also do to the level that I do them also. So, but like you want to create like multiples of you, you know, and the more that you have of you, the stronger it becomes, you know. So how much of that of putting your true self do you do in the music that you make, you know? I mean, because a lot of times you kind of, for me, you like kind of follow like trends, right? You, if it's Amapiano, you Amapiano it. If it's trap, you trap it. If it's sing, you sing it. But like really, how do you literally discern that this is who I really am? This is what I really want to do.
So the interesting thing about that is I know from the outside in, if people are looking at my artistry, they're like, oh my goodness, you just hops on trends. But the truth is I'm a person that whatever I'm inspired by at the time, like that's what I create. And with Amapiano, I only caught on 3 years later, because for the first 3 years, I hated it. And it was after listening to Kabza's album that I was so inspired. And I was like, okay, Neil, let's try this, you know, because all my music that you hear, it's never forced. It's never like, this is the trend right now, so I have to do this. It's like in that time, and it just so happens that it falls in a certain time or phase in my life where it's like, I'm currently feeling inspired. Let's do this. Let's get into studio and let's work on it. And that's how Amapiano started off. And I did not expect my first Amapiano single to pop off like that. That was a miracle in itself. And with trap, it was, I had done a hip hop feature and I kind of entered the game in hip hop. Like I was surrounded by a lot of hip hop artists. And so it's always been a constant. But to delve into trap so many years later, it was also a bit of a challenge. But I was excited about it. There was this new inspiration that took over. So for me, as much as it seems like I'm just hopping on trends, what I'm doing at the time is because I'm inspired. And when you listen to the words, 80% of the time, it's my story. So I think with piano, like the songs are highly romanticized and very cheesy songs because it's more of the catchy stuff. But like, even if you listen to this trap project, it tells a story. Like the first single is called Hyper Cloud. It's saying I'm not here for the hyper cloud, but I'm just here to push my purpose, basically. You know, I'm here to make money off of what I love, you know, because I have to eat at the end of the day and I want to be able to provide for my family. So, and even Hear Me, the last single, speaks on my mental journey because it hasn't been easy. And yes, Instagram is glamorized and we post all the positive, happy stuff, but I face challenges and I go through some really dark moments. There's the doubt, there's the insecurities that creep in. So most of my music, if you listen to it, it tells a story, it tells my story. And I'm just grateful for the ability to be able to translate how I feel into music.
Yeah. The EP that you have right now, that's about to come out. By the way, you take pretty pictures.
Shout out to my photographer for that, Creed.
Yeah, you know, I mean, currently, like, obviously, Hear Me is also has a video out currently, right?
Yeah.
I just want to check. Go check out the Hear Me video if you're watching. Jump from this conversation to the Hear Me video with Yashna for that, you know. I mean, obviously, like you've got Hear Me, and like you've also got an EP that's coming out, you know, soon. What should we expect from that, you know, from that EP?
So that EP,
Yahshe EP. It's like just as a side note, it's like Yahshe. It's H-E-E-D.
Yeah.
It's a sheep.
Oh no! That's a whole new perspective that I did not consider.
It's like the Yahshe EP. So
Yahshe. I guess if you squeeze them together, yeah, it does turn out like that. I never ever
as long as
like
you're
that.
not Yahshe.
Yeah. Jeez.
Tell me about the EP. Yeah. What are we expecting, you know, on the EP?
So it's a 6-track EP, predominantly trap. And there's different layers of trap. So you have your introspective, you have your pain songs, and then there's the vibey, turn-up type trap. But I think the common thread amongst it is the fact that I've established my place in the game now. it's been a couple of years. I've been putting in the work, like recognize who I am and give me my flowers while I can still smell them type vibe. Like I'm on that tip with it. I've paid my dues. I've performed at like hundreds and hundreds of free gigs. Like I'm tired now. Like this is my 9 to 5. Like if you're gonna want me on that stage, pay me for it. Like I'm gonna provide you with the talent that God has blessed me with. Like it's gonna be a moment, but don't expect me to just do things for free anymore. That time is up. So it's a statement. It's solidifying my place in this industry, and it's really coming out of my shell of this picture perfect Yashna and kind of saying what I feel in my heart, because I have my moments where I vent a lot.
He's not here, so I'll mute my mic and just reconnect when he's.
Sorry,
he's trying.
I just threw me off.
Sorry, did you?
No problem.
No. I missed you there. Damn technology.
This is real life stuff, so we can't force technical difficulties.
We'll cut the
okay. Now you're gonna cut the bloopers. Yeah. So what was I even saying? Oh, the Trap EP. Yeah. It's basically solidifying my space in this game, and just I'm tired of like asking for the respect. Like now I'm giving myself that respect to say I'm here. I've paid my dues. Like I am that artist I think I am now. Because like, in this industry, it's also very tricky because it's almost a game of validation. You're looking for people to validate your space here and your talent. But I think that's also a very big contributing factor to how we are mentally and how our mental health is. So yeah, I've just come to a point of realization that I will give myself my flowers and I will sniff the hell out of them. Yeah, that's basically it.
That's the only way. That's the only way. You only get given the respect you give to yourself. I know you said your EP also is dedicated to the memory of Ricky. Did you know him? Is there a reason why you did that?
Yeah, shit. It still gets me emotional because I feel like I have never been impacted by someone who I didn't know on a personal level the way that shit shook me. Because I think out of everyone in the industry, he was someone that was everywhere, doing everything, and just imparting such positive energy. So I didn't know him on a personal level, but I did bump into him a few times. And there was one time when I was like, yeah, I think it was such an awareness moment for me because it was at an event and I did what a typical artist that looked up to another artist would do and be like, we should totally work sometime, And now when I look back at that situation, it was actually a wake-up call for me to say, that shit's whack, All I should have said was, you're so dope at what you're doing and I actually look up to you. Because when artists go out and they do, this is what they do. They go out and they handle gigs and stuff. And it's actually so much pressure. Every time you go out and there's people at you, left, right, and center. And we didn't even know he was going through that shit. But he was real and he was human. And he didn't even say no. Or he didn't give me attitude. He just smiled and he continued. So like, I've always looked up to him because like, I loved his music, like from the jump. Like there was one artist whose music I always listened to. And in the back of my mind, I knew like in the future, it's going to happen, So when... This real life TV situation. Yeah. So yeah, when it happened, like it rocked my world and I was like speechless. I was so sad and I think even my mom was like, yo, Yash, I don't like to see you like this because I felt like I lost someone that I knew, which was so wild. But I think when you look up to someone as a mentor, and let me tell you, I saw him perform live. It was the only artist, because I was like, I think it was the following act, it was Gagasi FM Beach Festival 2018. It was raining. So yeah, it was torrential rainfall. The people had the umbrellas. The crowd was packed. And he was out here taking off his clothes and giving the crowd a show. I had goosebumps. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is the best performance I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And I regret not even getting the chance to tell him that, because I was more nervous about, like, how am I going to follow this act? Because that was wild. But to lose someone that contributed so much is painful. And even when I wrote the song, so the crazy story behind Hear Me is that it was the last song. So I had the hook, but it was the only song. Like, I kept going into studio. There must have been 4 sessions that I went to. I wrote verses, and I kept telling Neil, it's not the one, you know? It, like, 4 sessions, and I never struggle with songs. Like, I normally wrap it up, like, in the session, boom, out. And with this song, I was struggling. And so Ricky passed. The next day, I went into studio, and the lyrics just flowed. You know, everything happens for a reason, but it was able to come from a place of vulnerability, of sadness, of finally being able to tell a story from a place of real sadness and pain. And just knowing that I'm not the only one going through it. Ricky wasn't the only one going through it. There's so many artists going through it. And I feel like Hear Me actually just sheds light on that. But yeah, R.I.P. to Ricky, man. Like, it's still, I find it hard to believe. I sometimes don't want to believe it, but yeah, he left a really, really huge gap. And I just pray that we can continue his legacy.
Shout out. Yo, the Yahshe EP is out soon.
Yahshe. You've officially renamed Yahshe.
Yeah, Yahshe. Oh, man. You know, it's officially out, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's on the way. It's not out, right?
It's out.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, 25th of March.
There we are. The Yahshe. Yeah, the Yahshe EP is everything. Go get it now on streaming platforms. Go watch the video of Hear Me Now with the girl Yashna, representing for the girls, you know, representing for the hustle, you know, and of course representing for a community which she loves dearly. So make sure you show up. Peace out. Say word to God.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. So is that it? Is that a wrap?
Yeah, this is it. This is what we do. This is it. This is like a little catch up. It's a catch up.
Okay. You know, say I've been seeing you the whole week because I've been at the Hip Hop Museum and they play this 1 minute video over and over and over again, and you were like right in front the whole time. I was there.
Where were you? Like in Joburg?
No, I was from last Wednesday till Monday. There was a workshop happening for female artists. So I was there.
And you happen to be a female.
Yeah, bo.
Good luck. You know that I love love for you, man. Good luck for everything you do.
Yeah,
you know?
Same. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time out.
Yeah, you can always call me. You know this. Eh?
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting. And yeah, you know, it's tough industry, but I'm still pushing. I'm still here. So while I'm here.
The tough industry, but the love is tougher, right?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Shout out. Thanks, yeah.
It's a pleasure. You take care. Stay safe. Stay blessed.
Joshua will do. Avoid Murphy.
I will do. And when you get a chance, if you could listen to my EP, I'd appreciate it. The Yahshe.
I'll listen to it as long as it's not a bunch of sheep. But and then I'll give you feedback straight.
I'd appreciate that.
No,
There's no. But now that you said it, I actually could have put like those ad-libs, the sheep ad-libs. Too late though.
No, I'm a listen.
But
I'm a listen because I'm a fan. I won't lie. It's just that I haven't. It's been a little bit busy and manic for me.
Yeah.
I haven't. But I'm a fan. I'm a listen without a doubt.
Yeah. And I'm hoping to like do a remix of it. So if the stars align and people read my DMs, then maybe it'll be possible. But till then, I'll just pray for it to happen.
Man, count the sheep while you play.
Maybe it'll just add some positive vibes.
Shout out. Take care.
All right, take care. You too. Bye.
Bye.